Good evening, and welcome to the 2021-2022 Annual AIG Program Presentation. My name is Katherine Hill, and I am the Gifted Education Specialist at Murray Middle School. In this presentation, I will be presenting an overview of the 6 standards that guide New Hanover County's AIG program. Feel free to pause this video at any time to read deeper into the information provided on each slide. The standards we will discuss are student identification, comprehensive programming, differentiated curriculum and instruction, personnel and professional development, partnerships, and program accountability. The first standard is identification. In Standard 1, we will discuss how the identification process works. This process begins when a student is nominated by another student, a teacher, or a parent. I then will begin to collect data in the form of work samples, parent, teacher, and student input. Next, a match team will be formed to see if the data collected supports giving the student an aptitude test. In order to qualify for the AIG program, the students must have appropriate artifacts and a qualifying test score, typically in the 90th percentile or above. Once these data and samples are collected, the match team will then meet again to determine whether or not the student qualifies for the program. Standard 2 discusses having a comprehensive program. This means that students engage in AIG opportunities throughout the day and throughout the building in a total school community. Some examples of ways that Murray creates a comprehensive program are through mastery opportunities, the collaboration between teachers and myself, the AIG Google Classroom, advanced classes like compacted math and Spanish 1, and a variety of clubs and extracurricular activities. If you have questions about any of these opportunities, please send me an email and I would be happy to meet with your student. Standard 3 discusses the differentiated curriculum and instruction that teachers use to ensure that gifted students receive challenging, rigorous, and relevant instruction. Here are a few examples of the resources that may be used to differentiate instruction. Standard 4 outlines personnel and professional development. This personnel not only includes myself, the Gifted Education Specialist, but several other highly qualified AIG staff. For a full list of staff members that are highly qualified, please see my website. Standard 5 discusses the partnerships that Murray holds with gifted communities outside our building. We are currently looking for a new member to represent our school on the Gifted Advisory Council. If this is an opportunity that interests you, please send me an email expressing your interest. Additionally, we receive support from professors of the Gifted Education program at UNCW. The last standard, Standard 6, discusses the ways in which we hold the AIG program accountable. One of the ways in which the program is held accountable is through the site visits that are done by our county supervisor. Other ways that we ensure accountability are through data collection and analysis and the collaboration with teachers and our stakeholders. Now that we have reviewed the 6 standards, our next topic will be discussing the process of nomination and identification. This slide outlines the process that we discussed in Standard 2, starting with being nominated. Please note that students can be nominated at any time, but that the testing dates are determined by the county testing department. Please take a moment to pause and review this slide. One of the components of the nomination process is the testing data that is used by the match team to help the team determine if a student qualifies for gifted services. The tests that would be used are the COGAT, the Iowa Basic Skills Test, and the end of grade test, either the EOG or the EOC. The COGAT is an aptitude test that is given during the identification process that measures the student's verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and nonverbal reasoning. Each year, all third grade students in New Hanover County are universally screened in the third grade with the COGAT. These universally screened tests are then scanned and reviewed by the County Testing and Accountability Department. Lastly, we will discuss student DEPs. Each year, the gifted specialists and teachers collaborate in order to create a differentiated education plan, or DEP. This document outlines the differentiated settings and instruction that the student will receive. These documents are in the final stages of being made and will be sent home prior to the end of the first quarter. Please remember that these documents need to be signed and returned. You will receive a copy to keep for your own records. Thank you for joining me. Please remember that we are here to help. If you have any questions regarding the Gifted program, please feel free to contact me. I have attached a Google form to the email that this presentation was sent in that can be used for questions that you have about our program. Have a great evening.